All right, have and have not fans. This is kind of a response video. Nothing negative, of course. It's just that it really does, warm my heart when people look at my videos, and especially also just a welcome to new subscribers. I feel like I haven't done that recently. I feel like more often than not, I talk about how 100,000 is the goal, but I don't take the time to shout out, all the new subscribers to the channel. So welcome to everyone who has joined this branch of YouTube for the sake of, hey, let's just talk Tyler Perry. So it does warm my heart when I get notifications about, comments on videos, and they're videos from way back, videos I've done like maybe 6-7 months to a year ago, and I'm just like, dang, I forgot I made that one. And somebody leaves a comment that, either they agree or they disagree or just something along those lines. And my favorite are like the ones about, are the most interesting ones. Hey, how could, man, Tyler Perry needs to hire you, and you need to work with him and stuff like that. And I would love the opportunity, that would be great, because, well, it'll be an interesting change of pace. And yeah, this video is kind of like, it isn't a plea to Tyler Perry Studios or something like that. It's just an interesting concept of what could happen with that. You reach points in your life when things get real, like maybe you're too comfortable in your current situation, and something happens that kind of rocks you, and then you realize, oh snap, this cozy little life I have right now, I actually have to decide on something major as to whether or not I'm going to do it. And this feeling kind of came this week when I got a letter on the front door of the apartment, because my roommate has been gone for like the past 6 days, because he's in graduate school now, and I think spring break for Liberty University was last week. But then also, we have Easter break. Well, excuse me, not me anymore, because I don't take class anymore. I don't work there anymore. But I'm still in Lynchburg, so I know about, the schedules and whatnot. Easter break is is here now, obviously. So with him gone, I got the letter off the door. It turned out to be, a lease for, if you wanted to renew. I mean, rent went up maybe $10, so I guess that would mean each one of us would pay about $3 to $5 extra a month. So it's kind of at the state where I'm like, okay, do I want to stay here? Do I want to get another apartment? Going home would save a lot of money, but I just don't want to go home, especially because, millennials my age, it's like, it's not uncommon to go back home. But I just know if I went back home, I would feel so out of place, because it's just like, I had my own place. I had a bigger room. I'm not in the house with like 3 or 4 other people, that kind of scenario, And plus, I'm in no rush to get married, especially because I'm not even dating anyone, or dating for that matter. So it's like, I know that girls typically prefer guys with their own spot and stuff like that, but again, I'm in no rush for that. When you're single for so long, you kind of get to the point where it's like you don't really care, but then it's kind of like, oh, as soon as I move home, that's when somebody's going to say, hey, do you want to go out? And it's just like, really? You couldn't do that when I had an apartment? Okay, I'm sorry. I'm sounding kind of bitter. I don't mean to do that. Sorry about that. But yeah, as soon as I opened the letter and saw the rent, because our lease ends in June. So, it's April, May. So we got about 2 solid months, 2.5 months, give or take, to decide what to do. I mean, my roommate, assuming he sticks with grad school, he still has like 1-2 more years left. So, with him, it's kind of like, he'll probably go back home to the Bahamas after graduate school. But for now, he's, intent on finishing. So I'm not going to lie, I wouldn't be against staying where I'm at for another year. But I remember when I was working at Liberty, I was looking for any reason to get out. And I was always hoping, man, I wish Tyler Perry would contact me so I can finally quit this job and whatnot, then leave. But, it really just sunk in when I got the letter this week about renewing the lease, about whether or not, what's going to happen. Is it a dream that's not going to come true? Is it something that, I'm just grasping at? But I'm not going to lie, it's something that I've not really pushed for, because, well, it does seem unrealistic. But then again, I think to where I was last year, stuck at that job, it's like, if you would have told me then what I know now in regards of, hey man, it's the beginning of April, and a year from now, you're not even going to be working here. You're going to be doing YouTube for a living. And it's like, man, please. So I will say this, God has a way of, making me feel dumb when I think something's impossible, but then he makes it possible. Now, keep in mind, I'm recording this the day before April Fool's Day. This may or may not go out on the channel on April 1st, depending on my schedule for tomorrow. But I just want to make it known that there has been no contact between me and Tyler Perry Studios. There have been no contact between me and Lionsgate. There's been no contact between me and Tyler Perry. This is me just thinking out loud in response to a lot of comments I've been getting. It would be very flattering, you know, maybe if not like a full-time gig, but, you know, maybe my thoughts on the script or, you know, being on a writing team or something along those lines, because I would really love to go on board with the show to really help it evolve. I mean, especially if it finishes up in 2020. So, you know, I'll do a separate video about Tyler Perry and writers. I'll definitely do a separate video on that. But I just wanted to kind of answer the question that a lot of people, or statements people made. It's like, man, Tyler Perry should hire you, and you know what, you ought to do something yourself or something along those lines. But yeah, it would be a very interesting thing. Like, even to visit Tyler Perry Studios would be a blessing. Like, you know, it's like, you know, they say in church, you know, hey, God, he's already done enough, you know, but if he doesn't do another thing for me again, then he's already done more than enough. It's kind of like that. I felt like if I got invited to Tyler Perry Studios, that would be kind of a sign of validation. It's kind of like, you know what? That means my work is good. I left my mark. It's kind of like me hitting 100,000 subscribers and getting a plaque from YouTube. I feel like that's going to be the physical sign of validation that, hey, I've made it. Like, you know, I left my job to do this full time and it's actually working out. The same thing with being invited to Tyler Perry Studios, to actually go visit, meet with some of the cast members, sit down with TP himself, just talk about my thoughts on the show, saying like, hey man, I've watched a couple of your videos. I mean, that would just blow my mind. So with that being said, you know, I do appreciate the kind words. Again, welcome to everybody who is new to the channel. If you like what you see, and I hope you do, you know, be sure to give those videos you like, a comment, share it around. So thanks so much for listening in, and tune in for more videos.